Hey, Chris, how you doing? Hey, Calvin. Let's see if I can go down just a little bit more. Hey, Audra, how you doing? Happy Sunday. John, how are you? Good morning. Hopefully your move is going well. I'm trying to go live from my laptop, so the video quality might be a little more grainy than usual, but it looks okay. How's it look? How's it sound? Just making some breakfast? Nice. I haven't had anything to eat yet. Just coffee. Calvin, look. Calvin's like, I was kind of resting. Why did you do this to me? Good. We're doing well, thanks. Yeah. Just doing a little bit of laundry, checking some YouTube. Good. How's everybody's Sunday going so far? Weather here this weekend wasn't the best. It's not raining right now, but it's a little cooler. It's overcast. Just the sun kind of is peeking in and out. Tomorrow's going to be a little better. But I was really hoping to do more outdoor projects, but I just, like power washing and things like that, but it was just a little too cold for that. So I'm going to hopefully try to do it next weekend if the weather warms up a little bit. I got to get some flowers for the outside, all that kind of stuff. Okay, lay down. All right, Calvin, unfortunately, just wants to lay down until he gets up. But so we, of course, didn't plan this, but figured we'd go live. Oh, wow, you might get hail. That stinks. All right, let me fix that a little bit. Sorry. So did you guys see our latest videos that we posted? We visited Tractor Supply for the first time. So we filmed a video from there, which was fun. We kind of did it as a comparison to Petco, which probably isn't a fair comparison because, Tractor Supply isn't just a pet store. They've got a lot of other things there, but I had heard a lot of good things about Tractor Supply and their pet supplies and all that. So I thought it was worthwhile filming a video there. And we would go back. From a price perspective, it was pretty reasonable. And I would say on par with Petco. They just didn't have as much selection, which is to be expected. All right, who's in? Let's see. We got Amber. Hey, Amber, how are you? Welcome in. Happy Sunday to you. Hey, Heiner, how you doing? Yes, he does, Heiner. He loved his treat. So that was a cute video. That's the first time I ever seen him actually pick up the bag with his mouth as like to say, hey, let me get in there. So that was pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad you're well, Amber. Nice. Hey, Kissy Cat. How are you? Welcome in. Happy Sunday. Hey, Michelle, you're in KC? Nice. How's that drive going? Calvin got up. He hears me talking. He's going to go sit near the treat spot, but I'll go grab him one in a little bit. Okay, yeah, no worries, Amber. You can stay a minute, 2 minutes. I appreciate you being here, so thank you. Hey, good boy, Chevy. How are you? Welcome in. Glad you can make it. I know these lives are sometimes tough given the time difference, but my guess is that it's probably close to midnight, right, where you're at, if not maybe even 1 a.m. So it's a holiday, obviously, for those in America. It's a holiday this week, this Monday, this weekend. And so it'll be nice to have an extra day off and think about all those who sacrificed their lives so that we have the freedoms that we have. And so that's not lost on me at all. But yeah, so it's nice to have a 3-day weekend. We're kind of hitting that stretch of the year where we kind of have a holiday every month now in this country, which is good. Midnight. All right. Yeah. So Chevy, I don't expect you to be on too much longer unless you're a night owl like I am. All right. Who else is in the chat? Did I miss anybody? So Nature says a lot of the Tractor Supplies you can get dog shots. Say, yeah. So Nature Dog Realms, if you see in my video, I actually panned in on one of the it was like a little, advertising board in the store that talks about the vet clinics that they have in there. So that was pretty cool. I thought the pet washing station was really cool too. So yeah. So anyways, Chris, Nature Dog Realms, you had asked if we were going to play any games this weekend. And so I didn't have any like games per se, but I actually pulled up my phone and I thought maybe we could just do some, animal trivia just for fun, not keeping score or anything like that. And what's good about this is this trivia, I can play along too because I can't see the answers until I reveal the answers. So it's always fun when I get to participate along with you guys. So if you guys are up for it, I'll just read questions as they go, and we'll see who knows these answers. So, with that said, I'll read the first question. Hey, we got 11 in here and 8 likes. If you haven't hit that like button, please hit that like button. That would be very much appreciated. So, all right, I got my phone. Here's the first question. Which bird has the widest wingspan? Which bird has the widest wingspan? Let's see if you guys know. I don't know yet either. So Kissy Cat says falcon. Hey Brooks, how you doing? Welcome in. Brooks says albatross. Kim says an eagle, an albatross. I can't see the answer yet. You probably can't. Let's see. So yeah, do you see how it says which bird has? I have to hit show answer. So just proof that I'm not cheating. I'm going to say a condor, which might be an albatross maybe, but I'll say a condor. Okay, John says an ostrich. Hey, Icon, how are you? Kissy Cat says, I don't really know. I don't either, but I like the guesses that you guys have because those are pretty good ones. All right, I'll reveal the answer. I'm going to say a condor, and the answer is whoever said albatross got it right. The wandering albatross is known to have the widest wingspan of any bird, nearly 12 feet, about 3.6 meters. Pretty cool. Is a condor an albatross? Does anybody know? Alexa probably knows. All right. This is a 50-50 chance. This is a true or false question. True or false? Butterflies can't fly when they are cold. Butterflies can't fly when they are cold. True or false? When you win the lotto, you'll have condor omelets. Okay. Kissy Cat says true. Audra says true. I'm going to say true also. It just seems like one of those questions that would be true. All right. Everybody's saying true. Thank you, Chevy, for being here. Appreciate it. You have a great night. We'll talk to you soon. Sleep well. All right. Everybody says true. Kissy Cat says she finds them in her flower garden. All right. Let's reveal the answer. Right now, you can see it. I don't have it. I'm going to say true. The answer is true. I guess you guys trust me. I don't have to show the camera, but it says true. If it's too cold, butterflies are getting immobile. Their ideal body temperature is around 30 degrees. I'm going to bet 30 degrees is Celsius if I had to guess, because in the first answers, they spelled meters METRES, which is the, Canadian or European British way of spelling meters. So I'm going to guess 30 is Celsius. That's hot though. Like, isn't that close to like 90 degrees, 100 degrees? But it must be. Okay, next question. What meaning do the spots on a ladybug have? What meaning do the spots on a ladybug have? I don't know the answer to that. I'm going to guess it's their age, maybe. What meaning do the spots on a ladybug have? I'm going to say ooh, Kim says sensory organs. I'm going to say maybe it's their age, but I could be wrong. All right. Any other answers? We have, John says gender. We have sensory organ, camouflage. Doesn't have a clue, but it sounds good, according to Kim. Yeah, I don't have a clue either. Again, I can't see the answer until I reveal it. But Calvin is literally giving me side eye, like, why aren't you giving me a treat? So stew on that question. I'll be right back. I'm going to give him a treat, and I'll be right back. You're going to come over here, Cal. Come on. We're not going to sit in the kitchen all day. Jesus. Okay, stay there. All right, we're back. All right, so the answer is, it's a warning for predators. That's the answer. Calvin, no more treats. No, over here. It says they evolved as a defense mechanism. The spots in the bright color of ladybugs are a warning for predators. Hey, Trisha, you're in. I thought you said you weren't going to be around traveling, but welcome in. Happy to see you here. Okay, next question. How long are caterpillars in a cocoon before they become butterflies? How long are caterpillars in a cocoon before they become butterflies? Oh, you're leaving tomorrow. I got it. Okay. I have no idea. I'm going to just say maybe 30 days. Yeah, I say a month too, Brooks. That's my guess. Michelle says 6 months. Kim says several years. Wow. Kissy Cat says 8 weeks. Yeah, I say a month, 30 days. I mean, Audra says 3 months. Come up. Come on, Calvin. Come here on the couch. Come on. Good boy. They want to see you, honey. There he is. 3 months. Trisha says 25 days. Any other guesses? Any other guesses? Look, who's that? Is that me? Who's that? Is that Calvin? Ed says 2 weeks. Okay. Here's my kiss. Thank you. That's okay. Kim, I don't know. All right, let's reveal the answer. Okay, on average, metamorphosis, the process of a caterpillar transforming into a butterfly, takes 18 days. Most butterflies stay inside their cocoons between 5 to 21 days in harsh environmental conditions, such as deserts. The process can take years. Wow. So I kind of feel like anybody's answer is correct in this one. But I guess if you said 25 days, I think we'll give you that one to you. That's closest. So Trish, nice job. I think you were closest on that one. All right. Hey, Calvin. Michelle says, woof. All right. Hold on. Okay, next question. How many species of penguins are there? How many species of penguins are there? Oh, Trisha, that's so nice of you. You don't have to, but appreciate that. Super nice gesture. All right, Kissy Cat says 5 species. Kim says 3. Boop the nose. Calvin, come here. Boop. Just for you, Audra. Trisha says 6. Michelle says 7. John says 20. Audra says 30. I have no idea. I'm gonna say 11 because it's my favorite number. Any other guesses before I reveal the answer? Audra says 30. John 20. We got that. All right, let's reveal the answer. So ND, I think. Does anybody think Nature Dog Realms might be behind on the chat a little bit? I think she might be, only because I kind of feel like she's given the answer like after we've moved on from the question. So if you're hearing this, Nature Dog Realms, you may want to just check to see where you are in the live stream. I'm thinking you might be maybe 20, 30 seconds behind, but I could be wrong. All right, answer, number of species. Okay. It was 18 species of penguins in the world. Important to know, 10 species are globally threatened. So whoever said 20, which was John, was the closest. So congratulations, John. You got that one right. Right, Calvin? John got it right. All right. Next question. How fast can a hippo run? How fast can a hippo run? Again, I think this is like not the metric system, but the imperial system. So you might have to do it in kilometers per hour, but we'll do the conversion if we have to. Kim's like pretty fast. I think it's pretty fast too. I'm going to say 50 kilometers per hour. Audra says 40 miles per hour. Brooke says 40 kilometers. Hey, Daisy May, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Happy Sunday to you. Michelle says 40. Yeah, Trisha says watch out. I agree. They might look heavy as heck, but I think they run fast. John says 60 kilometers per hour. I say 50 kilometers per hour. Any other guess? All right, we'll move on. We'll move on to the answer. Okay, they've run between 15 and 30 miles per hour. So they did this one in miles. Surprisingly fast, considering that hippos spend up to 16 hours a day in water. Okay, so hey, Alexa, how many miles per hour? Sorry, how many kilometers per hour is 30 miles? That's 50. 6.21371 miles per hour and 10 kilometers per hour. Wow, I think 50 is pretty good then. That's on the high end. So it would be basically between 25 and 50 kilometers. So I think if you gave an answer in that range, you got it right. All right. Next question. Hey, traveling with special abilities, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you having you here. Okay, next question. Why do we see birds flying in formations? Why do we see birds flying in formations? My guess is it's a safety thing. I think they all like look out for each other is my guess. Like each bird is like their eyes for like the other bird. Like maybe, I don't know, but that's just my guess. Yeah, I think so, for security. Kissy cat. Hey, Ari's World's in the hizzy. Welcome in. Here's my boy Cal. I'm actually, now that he's in view, we'll keep him on the camera. Oh, Kim Stahl. I like that. Resistance, wind friction. Oh, that's yum. That's a great answer. I like that answer better than mine, to be honest with you. But I have to stick with my answer. Yeah, Trish, I like it. I like that answer. Yep, I kind of like that answer. We'll see. We'll see what it is. All right, let's reveal the answer. Yep. So for those of you who said to reduce friction, oh, look what Calvin's doing. Hey, Calvin, what do you want, buddy? Calvin's pawing at me. Any idea what he wants me to do? Any idea what he wants me to do? What do you want, Calvin? What do you need me to do, honey? Huh? What do you need? What do you need me to do? No, no treat. What do you want me to do, Calvin? Huh? So he's pawing at me. Nope. He wants to go under the blanket. That's what he wants. You want to go under the blankets? Okay, come on. Yep. Yep. He wants the blanket, Ari's World. All right. So birds conserve energy by flying in formations. Also, flying in groups protects birds from predators. I guess so. I'm right too. So there's two answers. I had said for safety, which I think is right. And then you guys also said to cut wind resistance and all that. And so that's right too. Hey, Beth, welcome in. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for being here. I'm actually shocked that Nature Dogs Realms is not one of my mods. I got to make you a mod. All right, you're in. You're in, NDR. Beth. Oops. Michelle, add as a mod. Beth, add as a mod. All right, I added a few mods. Audra. All right. So NDR, Beth, Audra, I think the next time you guys, and Michelle, the next time, yeah, there you go. You guys are mods. Perfect. All right, next question. Why do camels have humps? I think I know this answer. Why do camels have humps? Look at this dog. Isn't he funny? Let's see if I can. For hump day. Okay, we got store water. Oh, Kim said fat is contained in them for energy, to store nutrients, to hold their water, fat storage, to store water, store water. Nature said no. I said pen. I must have missed a water in them. Nature says 20. Okay. All right. 20, I believe, was the answer for mile per hour. But I think, again, it seems like you're back. You're behind, but I could be wrong. Kissy Cat says permanent backpacks. Hey, Darren, how are you? Welcome in. Thanks for being here. All right. I'm going to say store water. I think that's kind of what I had heard, but I think some of your answers are good too. Oh, so it's not for what? Yes, it's fat storage. They allow camels to store up to 80 pounds of fat. Camels can live off of them for weeks or months. So congratulations to those of you who said to store fat. But I like Kissy Cat's answer for most creative. Permanent backpacks for them. So traveling with special abilities. You have a Boston too? Might have missed. Oh, there you. Sorry, I missed your chat. You're new. I have a female Boston that is a character. Awesome. What is the name of your Boston Terrier? What's her name? They are characters though. No argument from us here for sure. All right, next question. What's the world's fastest fish? The world's fastest fish. Oh, Constance, what a great name. Do you call her Connie as a nickname or do you just call her Constance? Yes, please like and subscribe. Thank you, Trisha, for that reminder. We really appreciate it. And check out some of our videos. We just posted a couple of videos from Tractor Supply. We went there for the first time yesterday, filmed a pretty long video. It's about 11 minutes. And then we did another shorter video of one of the treats we got from there. We did a little taste test for him. Beth says dolphins. I like that answer. That's a marlin, a dolphin, a swordfish, killer whale, a piranha. You call her Duda? Oh, I love it. Great nickname. That's awesome. Tuna, silverfish. I kind of like, I think it's going to be a fish that's got to be on the larger side, but also I would think slim. And like I would think something with a decent size fin. Um, I like the dolphin answer a lot. All right, I'm gonna say dolphin, and the answer is oh, it's the sailfish. The answer is a sailfish. Is the fastest fish in the ocean. So I don't think any of us got that right. Oh, there's a joke. I missed it. What was the joke? True, whales aren't fish, they're mammals. Yeah, sailfish, Ari's world. That's what it says. Oh, it's similar to a marlin. Okay, so all right, we'll give the swordfish crew a half a point. How about that? It does not say Darren. It just says the sailfish is the fastest fish in the ocean. It didn't give a speed for that one, unfortunately. All right, next question. Which farm animal was the first one to be domesticated? Which farm animal was the first one to be domesticated? She likes to kill official basketballs. How old is your Boston? How old is Constance? Traveling with special ability says cow. Darren says chicken. Ari's world says chicken. Horse, sheep, cow. I like Kissy Cat's answer of horse. I feel like even though maybe they weren't on the farm, I don't know. I like horse. That's my answer. She's 5 years old. Oh, Calvin's 5 years old too. They're the same age. When is her birthday? Calvin will be 6 in October. Thanks, Nature Dog Realms. I appreciate it. John says a goat. Kim says, great question. Kissy Cat says horses plowed fields. Pig and goat. All right, I think we have some really good answers. I'm on the campaign also, and the answer is oh, we do have a winner, and it's only one person. If your name is John Tiernan, you've got that question correctly. Wow. Beth Hutchins, October 26th. Are you saying that that's Calvin's birthday or because that is Calvin's birthday? Correct. You are correct. Calvin is October 26th. Okay, goats followed by sheep. Nice job, John. Congratulations on that one. Okay, next question. Which two animals are most closely related to humans? I'm pretty sure one is I'm going to say it's a chimpanzee and an orangutan. That's my two guesses. Which two animals are most closely related to humans? So it's two. You need two answers for this. I'm going to say a chimp and an orangutan. Ari says monkey, broad category. I think you need to be more specific. I believe the bonobo chimp might be the most closely related. Yeah, traveling with special abilities. I agree with you on that. Trisha says apes and pigs. Beth says chimps and gorillas. Kim says chimpanzee and orangutan. That's my guess. Audra says gorilla. Yeah, Ari, you need to be a little more specific. Nature Dog Realms. You're way behind on the chat. Can somebody type that in for her? Can somebody let Chris know she's way behind on the chat? All right, the answer is wow. So we're kind of half right. So they're really specific. So the answer is chimpanzee and bonobo. Chimpanzee and bonobo. So I thought a bonobo was a chimp. So I guess it's looking for two specific chimps. So orangutan is not correct, but it's chimpanzee and bonobo. Okay, next question. On what continent do most wild lions live? On what continent do most wild lions live? On what continent do most wild lions live? I think the answer is Africa. That's got to be. Yeah, I agree, Brooke. I think it's Africa. Ari's World with Antarctica. I think that's the second most popular continent. We got Asia. We got Africa, 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 Africa. The second most. Absolutely. I bet you lions outnumber people on Antarctica. They're just trapped in ice. That's the only problem. All right, we got Africa. All right, let's reveal that answer. I don't think it's probably going to be a difficult one. All right, where did my question go? Yeah, Africa, correct. That is easy. Okay. How long does it take bees to make 1 teaspoonful of honey? How long does it take bees to make 1 teaspoonful of honey? Oh, yeah, thanks, Kim. Yeah, he does that. He communicates, like, so when he's hungry, he'll paw at his bowl, and I have, like, a raised bowl, but the bowl itself is metal, and so when he hits the bowl, you can hear it rattling in there. Anytime he wants food or drink, he paws at the bowl. When he wants the blanket, he paws at the bowl. When he wants a treat, he sits in front of the kitchen sink. When he wants to go out, he sits in front of the door. Yeah, he communicates. All right. So we've got a year, a month, a year, 2 months, 15 days, a year, 6 months, 6 months. I'm thinking 1 month. I'm going to say it's faster for some reason. I'm going to say 1 week. I have no idea. All right. And the answer is whoa, we are not even close. It takes 12 bees their entire life to produce a single teaspoon of honey. It takes 12 bees their entire life to produce a single teaspoon of honey. Wow, that's crazy. I like these trivia questions because you kind of learn, right? I mean, it's kind of it's fun, but it's also you learn something, which is good. I don't know. Hey Alexa, how long do bees live?
The average life of a bee is typically 4 to 5 months. However,
4 to 5 months.
It depends on the season, and bees are generally more likely to die during the winter months.
So according to Alexa, 4 to 5 months is their average lifespan. So I guess if you said a year, that's close. 2 months, 6 months. All right, I'll get for those who said 6 months, we'll give you half a point. But I'm pretty sure they were probably looking for something a little bit more uh exact. All right, next question. Which bird can fly the highest? Which bird can fly the highest? I don't know the answer to this question. I'm going to say a hawk. I just know it's got to be a bird with crazy eyesight because I know they can see their prey from way up there. So I'm going to say a hawk. Kissy Cat says a seagull. Kim Stahl says a condor. All right, Aries, no problem. Audra says an eagle. Beth says an eagle. Trisha says a peregrine falcon. I like those birds. They're really pretty. John says a falcon. Nature Dog Realm says a turkey hawk. All right. Again, I think it's a bird of prey. The answer is Ruppel's griffin vulture is known as the highest flying bird, reaching an altitude of about 37,000 feet. I thought somebody said a turkey hawk. Okay. I don't know if that's the same. I think a vulture. I don't know if that's the same as a turkey hawk. I know there's a turkey vulture. Yeah, 37,000 feet. I mean, that's basically how high a plane flies at its highest altitude. You would think just the pressure alone from flying that high would like do a number on you. So it's crazy that they could fly that high. Yeah, that's nuts. I wonder, I mean, the air obviously is much thinner up there. Maybe that's why they do it. Um, but other than that, I can't imagine what the benefit would be to fly that high. Trisha says she's dated a few turkeys. That's funny. Yeah, hawks. Yeah, hawks are beautiful birds, but yeah, you got to be careful with your small pets and livestock. I know that they can go after them. All right, what did Beth say? A stuffed turkey across my backyard this week. A turkey strutted across my backyard this week. That's cool. Okay, next question. Which is the loudest land animal? Which is the loudest land animal? I have no clue. I'm gonna say something that screeches. I don't think it's a lion. An elephant's a great guess. A coyote. I was thinking like a fisher cat. Brooke Steele says my dad. Ari says a lion. Pie pans or CDs hanging in yard keeps them away. Okay, good to know. They fear reflection. Oh, cool. I didn't know that. Audra says a wolf. Ari says Dumb and Dumber. Calvin, when he's hungry. I love it. Kissy said to repeat the question. Which is the loudest land animal? Loudest land animal. Michelle. Ed says Michelle. That's funny. I like it. Michelle, do you resent that though? You can't, or are you in agreement with Ed? Michelle says Bigfoot. A lion. All right, let's see what the answer is. I think this one's a hard one. I mean, I think there's a few good possibilities. All right. We did not get it right. The answer is a howler monkey. Their howls can reach up to 128 decibels and can cover an area of about 3 miles. Wow, that's crazy. Howler monkey. All right, next question. Why do fireflies glow? Why do fireflies glow? Why do fireflies glow? You need a roommate, but you love him too much. That's funny. Oh, I like that. To attract mates. That's a good answer. I thought maybe it was going to be like for a defense mechanism. Yeah, I was going to say like for defense or safety also, but I think that the attract mate sounds really good. Beth says to keep predators away. Buns are on fire. I love it. That's funny. Calvin, what's your answer? Let's see what Calvin has to say. Calvin, why do fireflies' tails glow? To keep them away from you, right? Is that the answer? Look at this dog. Look how freaking cute he is. Look how cute he is. I love you. You're such a good boy. All right, let's see what the answer is. All right, I'm going to say either one of our two answers is right, or the most common answers. I think it's going to be for mating or defense. Yes, you are correct. Male fireflies are trying to get the attention of female fireflies. The glow itself is the result of a chemical reaction of bioluminescence. Ooh, that's a cool word. Bioluminescence. I wonder how many points that would score you in Scrabble. Bioluminescence. I think that's the word of the day today. Bioluminescence. I like it. Okay, next question. Which animal sleeps up to 22 hours a day? Which animal sleeps up to 22 hours a day? I'm going to guess a sloth. I just feel like they're known for doing that. I'm gonna say sloth. Does Calvin like swimming? He does. He doesn't like. I wouldn't say he loves swimming. Like in the little kiddie pool that we'll have, he'll go in there and cool off. I have put him in a deeper pool. I think he can swim, but he doesn't love the swimming part. But he likes water though. Like he loves to take a shower. Like he's all about being wet and stuff. But he's not a huge fan of like deeper pools. But not afraid of water. Like he can handle himself in the pool. Cats. So we got cats, a sloth, cat. All right, guys, stew on that question. I have a little bit of coffee left in my coffee pot, and I feel like finishing it off. I'll be right back. 2 seconds. All right, you guys got to see Calvin. Oh, I'm having a good time. Thanks, Michelle. Oh, that's a good idea, traveling with special abilities. All right, let's reveal the answer. I think it's a sloth. I know we got a lot of sloths and cats. Oh, wow. We're not right, but you know what? The answer makes sense. The answer is a koala bear. So a koala bear sleeps 22 hours a day. Oh, that's funny, Trish. Yeah, we'll let that one joke slide, but that will do it. All right. I think this one's let's go with what I think is a little bit of an easier question. I feel like many of us should get this. So, which mammal is known to be the only one that can't jump? Which mammal is known to be the only one that can't jump? I think the answer is an elephant, personally. I've kind of always heard that they can't jump. Yeah, John says an elephant. Nature Dog Realms wants to be a koala bear. They are super cute. Obviously, that's probably one of the cutest animals of all time. Sloths are really cute too. Dumbo. That's an elephant. We'll count that, Michelle. Elephant, elephant. All right. We'll just reveal the answer. That was too easy. Everybody's correct on that one. It's an elephant. Okay. I think this one's sort of easy too. I think I know the answer to this one. What species of bird can fly backwards? Which species of bird can fly backwards? I'm pretty sure that's a hummingbird. That's just my guess. I could be wrong, but I think it's a hummingbird. White Man Can't Jump. That's a great movie, Beth. Yeah, we got a lot of hummingbirds. I'm pretty sure hummingbird is the right answer. Hummingbird, hummingbird, hummingbird. Yeah, let's not even waste time on that. Yep, hummingbird. Okay, which animal is the only mammal that can fly? Which animal is the only mammal that can fly? Which animal is the only mammal that so a flying mammal? I don't even know if I know this one. Oh, yes, Brooks. You're right. It's a bat. Oh, I like the squirrel, a flying squirrel. I think they're more like a hang gliding squirrel, but I like where your head's at on that, Trish. That's a great answer. Yeah, I think bats is the correct answer. I just forgot that they're mammals, but I think you're right. All right, let's look up the answer. Yeah, bats. Good job, guys. I drew a blank on that one for some reason. Drinking my coffee. Salute to all you for being here in the chat. We really appreciate it. Little update on the channel real quick. We've been posting a lot more videos lately, which I'm very happy about. Kind of committed to doing that. Trying to go live more, putting some shorts out there, doing some more community updates. So if you guys have any ideas for videos for us, let us know in our comments. Happy to try it out as long as this one who's sleeping next to me cooperates. But yeah, no, with the summer coming up, we'll be able to do some more things outside, which we're looking for. I actually have a drone, which I did buy more for the other channel that I have. I have not used it yet, other than to test it out in my house, and I realized that it's probably not a good place to test it out. I kept crashing it into walls, but I want to see if I can get my drone operating. And really, again, I bought the drone more to show you like cool areas of Rhode Island. Like, we have really beautiful coastline and all that. But I need to practice flying it. My biggest fear is like flying the drone and like losing it somewhere, like, just crashing it and not knowing where it is. So I need to practice in an area that, if I mess up, I can retrieve it. Oh, Trisha, my other channel. Um, let's see if I can get to it. Actually, would one of the mods be able to pull up my other channel and post the link? That would be great. It's your roadie, but Trisha, it's called Your Roadie Vlogger, and then my name. Now, the funny thing is, it's called Your Roadie Vlogger, and so I really don't vlog a lot in Rhode Island. It's more that that's where I'm from, but I would like to do more videos of our state. I actually like if you go on YouTube and search videos of like Rhode Island. Yes, of course there are a lot of them, but I actually feel like there aren't a ton. And most of the videos are always about the most touristy parts of our state. So I'd like to do more like showcasing some really like unknown areas of our state, but of course that involves a lot of time and commitment and resource. And obviously with this channel and a full-time job and the fact that I like to do other things, it's going to be hard for me to dedicate that much time to it. But I do would like to post a few more videos from there. Yeah, honestly, so I'm just looking at some of yeah, thanks guys. If you could watch our playlist, that would be great. Especially our live playlist, that's the longest one. I understand that you can't sit there and, watch every video, but maybe if you guys are heading out for the day and you have a laptop or a device that you could just let the playlist run while you're out, we would appreciate that. Um, but understanding that you guys probably do that for other channels as well. But if you find any time to watch us, that would be great. We would appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. There may be some laws about drones here too. I'm just playing dumb. I mean, I see them flying, so I'm gonna guess it's not too crazy. Kissy cats, like the small houses on Cape Cod, are a total scary mystery. Let me tell you, those tiny houses on Cape Cod are ridiculously expensive too. Hey, Chris, thank you for posting the link. I appreciate it. Yeah, dog cam would be great. I do have a GoPro. I could try to put a GoPro on him as well. I would just need to know, like, I would have to find a good secure mount for it though, so it wouldn't like move around. Guys, he's sleeping. He's sleeping. Check him out. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. You mean the dunes? Yeah, the dunes are cool too. Look at him, tongue out. He's so dang cute. You're being such a good boy, honey. Being such a good boy. All right, let's get back to the questions. All right. How many flowers do bees visit during each trip? How many flowers do bees visit during each trip? Yeah, traveling with special abilities. He is almost 24 pounds. He's about 23 to 24 pounds. He's very consistent in his weight, too. Brooke says 100 flowers. Kissy Cat says 6. Kim says 5. Beth says 20. Ari says 100. I just got to go back in the chat. I just want to make sure some people haven't left and I didn't acknowledge them. And if they did, my bad. Nope. All right. Looks like everybody's stuck around. Okay, we got 100. I don't know the answer to that question. I'm gonna say 25. I have no clue. Beth says 20. Kim says 5. 24 also. Yeah, so same size. What's her markings look like? So as you can tell, Calvin's brindle with like white, brindle and white. He's pretty symmetrical with his markings, which is pretty good. So, again, I sound biased, but I do think he's a really great looking Boston, handsome, cute. But his markings are really amazing. Like he's got really good markings. Kissy Cat says she had brindles too. All right, let's reveal the answer. I said 25. We've got him basically anywhere from 5 to 100, it looks like. Okay, the answer is 50 to 100 flowers, and bees take about 15 trips a day. So a bee can cover up to 1,500 flowers in a day. Wow. Yeah, he does have cute eye. He's got very expressive eyes, the little tongue sticking out. He's a cutie. Can you guys hear him snoring at all? All right. Next question. Oh, I know. I think I know the answer to this question. Which is the only known male animal giving birth? Which is the only known male animal giving birth? And I think I know the answer, but I'm going to wait to reveal my answer. I want to see what you guys say. Hey, Troy, welcome in. Adventure America. Thank you for being here. Let me add you as a mod. Yep. All right, guys. That is the answer. You guys know your stuff. Brooke says a horsefish. Oh, I've never heard of a horsefish. Yeah. So my last Boston Haggerty spot that you're willing to share, and if not, no problem. I certainly can call you your channel name, or your channel handle. But yes, I think the answer is seahorse. Let's look it up. Correct. Seahorse is the answer. Nice job, everybody. So Troy, welcome in. We're just doing a little fun trivia, not keeping score or anything, just chatting and throwing some questions out there, having a little fun. So if you're interested, just shout out the answers. No rhyme or reasons to this. Okay, next question. What is the oldest reptile species still alive? You can't see everyone. What does that mean? What do you mean by that, Beth? I can't see everyone. What did I miss, Kissy Cat? Oh, you have a seahorse bathroom? That's cute. Actually, I think I have a seahorse thing in my bathroom too. Now that, in fact, I can't because I have my laptop. I guess I could technically. Nah, we'll do that for another time. All right, so we got Komodo dragon, crocodile, alligator, snake. Oldest reptile species still alive. Komodo dragon, snake. I think it's going to be some kind of lizard for some reason. I'm going to say an iguana. I have no idea. Michelle says dragon. I was thinking bearded dragon. I think so. Beth, correct me if I'm wrong, or people, isn't a turtle? Turtle's an amphibian, right? Or am I wrong on that? All right, I'm gonna say I say some sort of lizard. I'm gonna go with iguana. I could be wrong. Okay, Correct. I take that back, Beth. So, according to this answer, turtles are one of the oldest reptile groups, with the earliest turtles in existence dating back to 220 million years ago. All right. So, apparently, turtles are reptiles. For some reason, I thought they were amphibians. Whoops. So, crocodile's a good guess. Alligator's a good guess. Again, I thought it would be a lizard. I just felt like lizards were around, but so congrats on that one, Beth. That was awesome. Nice job. All right, let's see. All right, so let's go to this question. Which is the deadliest animal in the world? Which is the deadliest animal in the world? Which is the deadliest animal in the world? I have no idea. I'm going to say a poison dart frog or whatever that is, like that frog. Oh, human being. That is a great answer. Python's a good answer. Kimono dragon. Who had who thought the word kimono dragon would be said today if you had that on your bingo card? Or let Troy know what the word of the day is today. Let's see who remembers it. But I like this word. It was cool. Glow in the dark scorpion, a snake, a black mamba, a python, a mosquito. Ooh, I like that answer. Yes, Kim Stahl, bioluminescence. That is the word of the day today, Troy. Keep that one in the memory bank. And if you can drop that word at all today, and whoever you talk to, people are going to be like, whoa, look at that vocab. Bioluminescence is the word of the day today. And the reason why that word came to play is because one of the questions was about fireflies and why they glow, basically. And the answer to that is to attract a mate. And the chemical reaction is called bioluminescence. All right. I think we've got I did say the poison toad or whatever it was, the dart frog, but I like the mosquito answer quite a bit. All right, let's see. Congrats to you, mosquito folks. Mosquitoes are the deadliest animals when it comes to human deaths per year. Yeah, that makes sense. Congrats, guys. Nice job on that. All right, next question. How far can kangaroos jump in one single leap? How far can kangaroos jump in one single leap? I say 30 feet. It's just a guess, though. Yeah, so kissy cat. I mean, I think every part of the U.S. gets mosquitoes, probably except for like the driest areas. But we get them here too. Usually, we'll start getting them in the summer. Michelle says 40 feet. Kissy cat says 5. Audra says 3. Beth says 50. Brooke says 40. John says 20. Trisha says 12. Ari's World made a joke. Yes. Their buns are on fire. That's it. Oh, mosquitoes in Colorado? Okay. I guess it makes sense. Probably a little drier out there. I didn't realize they were that deadly either, but it does make sense. They carry a ton of diseases, sadly. All right. I said 30 feet. Let's see what the answer is. Okay, I was close. It says over 27 feet. So I kind of feel like I did well on that one. Okay, question. Which animal is known to have human-like fingerprints? Which animal is known to have human-like fingerprints? I would think it's got to be some kind of monkey. I'm gonna say a chimp, just because they're our closest relative. Yeah, I like the chimp idea too. All right, just going back into the chat for a second. I just want to see if I missed anything. Mostly answers to the questions. Oh, Ari says, okay, I have a trivia question. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I know there's a second part to that, but I don't know the answer. We need Barry for that. Somebody summon Barry. All right, we've got some apes or my ex. Oh my God, that's so funny, Trish. All right. A slow loris. A lot of wood. Okay, answer. Whoa. Who said I know John Tiernan with koala? How the heck did you get that? That's the answer. Koala. Scientists found that human and koala fingerprints can easily be mistaken. I would have never guessed that. I thought they had like crazy, like kind of like not as long as a sloth, but I thought they had like those weird paws. John Googled it. Barry. Somebody summon Barry. Okay. Which animal can change genders? Which animal can change genders? I feel like I've heard about this one. Which animal can change genders? Isn't it a chameleon? No, isn't it some kind of lizard? A frog. Okay, a frog. Oh, Barry's in the house. Barry. We summoned you to the live chat. Welcome in, my friend. We needed your expertise on a few of these questions, but all right, let's see who can change genders. Ooh, I don't see. Oh, I do. I do see somebody got it right. And that somebody is Troy from Adventure America. The answer is a clownfish. They are all born male, but during their lifetime, some turn into females. What an experience to be both male and female in one lifetime. Congrats on that. Nice job. All right. Next question. Okay, for all you Politico in the chat, this is probably the most political we're gonna get on this live stream. Which animal species is known to practice a form of democracy? Which animal species is known to practice a form of democracy? I don't know the answer to this. Oh, lions. Okay. Bonobos, apes, lions. Which animal species is known to practice a form of democracy? A human being. That's fair. I guess like that makes the most sense. Trisha says elephant. Oh, excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. I haven't taken any of my pills yet today, including my allergy pill. And the pollen here this spring has been ridiculous. Ooh. All right, let's see what the answer is. Okay, the answer is African buffalo herds. Researchers observed that they vote about their travel preferences using physical cues. Wow, that is cool. African buffalo herds. Researchers observed that they vote about their travel preferences using physical cues. Cool. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, next question. Why does a zebra have stripes? Why does a zebra have stripes? There's Cal, by the way. Why does a zebra have stripes? Defense, camouflage. He's like, stop leaving my tongue alone. Camo, because God gave him stripes. All right, we got camo. All right, where did Barry go? I know he was in here. Did he take off? All right, the answer is scientists are considering 3 possible explanations: protection from flies, regulating their body temperature, and protection from predators. So I think camouflage, I think, is good, right? That's obviously a defense mechanism. So anybody who said anything along those lines, I believe, is right. So nice job. All right. Okay, next question. What is the most poisonous spider in the world? What is the most poisonous spider in the world? Anybody who's new into the chat, if you haven't hit that like button, please take a second to smash that like button. We would appreciate it. Okay, we got Black Widow. The one that eats your flesh. Ooh, Black Widow. Can't recall the name. Okay, brown recluse. Ooh, a brown recluse. I've never even heard of that. I would have said Black Widow as a default because I'm not really big on spiders. Brown recluse. A brown recluse. A brown recluse killed your classmate? Holy smokes. All right, I got to look up the answer. Okay, so that wasn't the answer, but I still don't want to be around a brown recluse based on what Kissy Cat said. So it says the Sydney's funnel web spider, which is native to Australia. The Sydney funnel web spider, native to Australia. Dang, yeah. Holy smokes. All right, yeah. I got to look up a brown recluse spider so I know not to be. I wonder if they're in my part of the country. Is that just a warm weather spider or is that everywhere? Dang, yeah, okay. See, I learned something from you guys. All right. How many species of birds are there? How many species of birds are there? Oh god, I feel like there's a million. Wow. All right, you guys are freaking me out with this brown recluse spider. 15,000, 1,000, 1,100, 100, 60, 1,000. I'm going to say 2,500. I have no idea. Okay, Troy says brown recluse are in most parts of the country. All right. After this live stream, I'm going to Google them just so I can see what they look like. Ari's World says 2,000. I said 2,500. Traveling with Special Ability says Texas says brown recluse spiders. Michelle says 2,000. Careful when getting your sweaters out of storage. Wow. Yeah, I guess so, Audra. Thousands, says Nature Dog Realms. Okay. Let's see what the answer is. I guess technically Nature Dog Realms is right. Brooke says 15,000. We'll give the answer to Brooke since she gave an exact number, but it says about 10,000 species of birds are found worldwide. All right, next question. How long can seals live in the wild? How long can seals live in the wild? How long can seals live in the wild? Trisha, I'm assuming it didn't taste like chocolate. Seals, how long can seals live in the wild? We have 120 years, 50, 40, forever. Audra thinks that they're immortal. Nice. Trisha says 5 years. Kissy Cat says 25. Kim says 20. John says 3. I don't know the answer to this question. I'm going to say, I'll say 75 years just because I have no clue. Nature Dog Realm says 10. Trisha says if there's no orca chasing them, 25. Better yet, if there's no shark chasing them, the sharks love seals. That's a dietary staple for them. Oh, no worries traveling. Yeah, I can imagine if you live down in Texas, it's probably really hot for you. That is not our problem today. It's probably in the 60s today. We just had a really cool weekend. It's going to be a little warmer tomorrow, but nothing special. I have a cookout to go to tomorrow, so at least it's the warmest day. Oh, that's cool, Trisha. Seal the Singer is 62. Barry, I love when you bring the levity into the chat. Okay. So the answer is, hold on, where did my question go? Okay, the answer is up to 30 years. So I think if you're in the 20, 25 range category, I'll give you the answer to that question. I'll give you I'll say you got that question right, is what I'm trying to say. Seal, for bonus points, who was Seal's ex-wife? I'm sure you guys know that, right? Who was Seal's ex-wife? Not on this, you don't know who? Yes. Heidi Klum, correct, is the answer. Yes, Beth, it was a model. Yes, Klum, Heidi Klum. Congrats. All right. Ooh, I like this question. How much weight can one ant lift? How much weight can one ant lift? How much weight can one ant lift? I'm gonna say 1 ounce. Oh, thanks, Barry. Appreciate you listening in and being here. Yeah, Audra says 100 times its weight. That's probably the kind of answer they're looking for. Yeah, I said 1 ounce, but it's probably, I think it's probably, we'll find out, but my guess is it's looking for X amount of time its body weight. So we got 10 times its weight, 100. I think the 100 times its weight is the correct answer. I tried to equate that to an actual measurement, and that's why I said an ounce, but that might even be too high. All right, let's see what the answer is. Yeah, it says up to 50 times its body weight, so it didn't really give a specific measurement, but even 1 ounce is probably too much. I mean, an ant, I don't even think an ant would register on any like scale. That's how like small they are. Okay, true or false? I kind of stayed away from the true or false, but we'll do one. This says octopuses. That's just poor grammar. The correct way to say it is octopi have 3 hearts. Octopi have 3 hearts. I'm going to say true. Calvin got off the couch, by the way. I say true also. Octopi have 3 hearts. All right, everybody says true. The answer is true. 1 heart supplies the body with blood, and the other 2 hearts supply body to the gills, and some have blue blood. All right, let's see. Let's see. A couple more questions. We've been going for about an hour and 15 minutes. It's amazing how time flies when you're having fun. All right. That one's too easy. Okay. Where is the heart of a shrimp located? Where is the heart of a shrimp located? I'm going to say, I have no clue. Heart of a shrimp located. I'm going to say in its head. Heart of the shrimp is located in its head. Yeah, that's what I think. Oh, Kim says tail. Yeah, Kissy Cat says by the head. I think it's by the head also. That's just my guess. All right. I think everybody thinks it's the head. It's in its head, correct. Calvin's looking for blanket time again. All right. Okay. Question. Why do pigs roll in mud? Why do pigs roll in mud? I think it's to cool off. I don't think it's their skincare routine, but maybe I'm wrong. I say to cool off. That's what I say, to cool off. Yeah, he can breathe. He's right here. His head is right here. You'll see him. Ready? There he is. It could be the skincare, right? They got to keep that skin looking nice and fresh. Make delicious bacon. Oh, Kissy Cat says it's like a sunscreen. I like that. Protect from sun, to cool off. All right, let's look at the answer. I like those. To stay cool because they don't have sweat glands. So I'm going to give a full point for those who said to stay cool and a half point for the sun protection from the sun. I like it because at the end of the day, they don't have really fur on their body, right? Like I like that. I like the idea. The skincare answer is going to get partial points. All right, we'll go. It's a minute and an hour and 18. We'll go 10 more minutes, and we're going to end the stream. All right, we're gonna play. Let's just play a little fun game here. We're going to. We'll do sort of like knockout questions. So you guys are gonna compete amongst yourselves. So if you get the answer correct, you get to continue to the next question. If you get it wrong, your game is kind of over. All right, and try not to give the answer away to the people who are remaining in the game. And honesty is the best policy in this. Okay. And so for questions that require like a specific answer, if you guys are in the general ballpark, like if it's not like like a definite answer like that everybody should know, if you guys are close, I'll consider that like as a correct answer. Okay, so first question. What's the color of a polar bear skin? And no Googling too. What's the color of a polar bear skin? Hey, Heiner, take care. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Brooke says black, pink, black. It's black, white, black, white, black. Is my shirt size medium, large, or extra large? Well, it depends. It's either medium or large. It just depends on the shirt. Like I'm trying to cut some weight down. So if I get to my normal weight, I'm usually like a medium, but I can fit in a large for like t-shirts and a few other styles of shirts. Okay. So we have pink, black, black. All right. And white. So the answer is it's black, which helps them to absorb more UV light to keep themselves warm. Also, their fur isn't white, but transparent. Interesting. Okay. So if you did not say black, you are out of the game. Okay, and let's see. All right, so basically we got Brooke, we've got Audra, Kissy Cat, John, Kim Stahl, Ari's World, and Traveling with Special Abilities. Oh, Beth's got to take off. Thank you for being here, Beth. We appreciate you always. Give Cena a big hug from us, and have a great Sunday. Trisha, that's so nice of you. You definitely don't have to do that, but super sweet. Thank you so much. Okay, next question. How many eyes do caterpillars have? How many eyes do caterpillars have? So if you're out of the game, please don't answer. How many eyes do caterpillars have? Thank you, Beth. You too. Appreciate it. Enjoy your holiday tomorrow. Kissy Cat says 4. Kim says 4. Trisha says 6. Brooke says 2. Brooks, I should say. Ari says 8. Waiting for John Tiernan. John says 6. I believe that's everybody in. I'll give you 5 more seconds. Traveling says 6. Okay. I think everybody's in. The answer is okay. The answer is 12 because nobody got it right and you guys aren't close enough. Everybody stays in the next round. Okay. Everybody stays in the next round. You guys all get a reprieve because nobody got it right. All right. I'm trying to find a question that. Okay. What bird species is the most common in the world? Which bird species is the most common in the world? Ari, I would say closest normally wins, but that's still too far away. If you said 10, I might have considered it, but 8's a little too far away. What bird species is the most common in the world? Brooke says that silly African bird. Trisha says blackbird. Blackbird fly. Isn't that a Beatles song? Kissy Cat says a sparrow. Again, this one will require an exact answer. So if nobody gets it right, you guys all will move on to the next question. We got chicken. So we got blackbird, sparrow, partridge, crow, chicken. Trisha says, yes, it's a Beatles song. I thought so. Traveling with special abilities says pigeon. All right, John's in. I think everybody. Okay, if they say it's an African bird, Brooks, I'll give you the question. All right. We have a winner. And if you said crow, you're out. If you said blackbird, you're out. If you said sparrow, you're out. If you said partridge, you're out. If you said chicken, you win. Domestic chickens. It is estimated that there are over 34.4 billion domestic chickens living in the world. Congrats, John. You got that one right. Woohoo! All right. All right. So with that, that'll be the end of the questions. So that was that was a good fun time. So we've been going for about a minute. Sorry, I keep saying a minute, an hour and 25 minutes. And I know that's been a long time. We'll get Calvin in the frame one more time, but we're probably going to call it here. I got to finish my laundry. I got to kind of get rocking. I have a couple of errands to run, and we'll, Calvin, say hello to everybody and goodbye, I should say. They're here to see you, not me. 1 minute error. Oh, I'm glad you had a good time. Yeah, hey, it was fun for me too. I got to participate because I couldn't see the answers. It's always fun when I get to do it along with you guys. So, but anyways, I want you guys to have a great rest of your Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend. Trisha, safe travels to California tomorrow. We'll see you guys soon in another chat. And whoever's going live later today, I'll try to keep an eye out for that. Ari's World. I know you guys usually go live on Sunday evenings. If you, everybody else in the chat, if you're around, definitely check out Ari's World live if they go live tonight. I know Troy from Adventure America typically goes lives on Sundays too. So take a look out, subscribe to each other's channels here. There's some really awesome channels here. So with that, we're going to sign off. And we will see you guys in another video. Say bye, Calvin. Calvin says bye. All right, guys. Take care. Have an awesome one.